Good morning, guys. So I was washing these potatoes to peel them and cook them, and I was chatting with someone, and they had no idea what these were. So I was like, let me make a video about this. These are purple sweet potatoes. They're just like a regular sweet potato, only instead of being orange inside, they're purple. To me, they taste exactly the same. The only thing is, apparently, these are regular sweet potatoes are rich in beta carotene, and while these do have beta carotene, apparently they're best known for being rich in something called anthocyanine, if I'm saying that correctly, and that has anti-inflammatory properties and boosts your immune system. And apparently, this is like an amazing food. I just bought it because I was introduced to these well into my adulthood when I was working for an Asian company. And that's when I discovered these through being exposed to a lot of the foods that were eaten at that office. And they're delicious. And they're pretty. Purple's my favorite color. So yeah, if I can eat a purple potato and it's good for you, why not? And they're not readily available everywhere. Usually at the mainstream supermarkets, you don't tend to see them as much. But luckily, we live in an area of the country where we have access to a lot of diversity and foods from different cultures. So I can easily get these at a local market here. And sometimes, rarely, you'll find them at one of the mainstream supermarkets. But I know a lot of stores don't carry these. And normally for sweet potatoes, we pay anywhere from like 89 cents to $1.99 a pound or something. These were $2.39 a pound. So they're not extremely expensive when comparing it to a regular sweet potato. And basically, you just treat it like you would any sweet potato. You can boil it, you can bake it, you can make fries out of it, you can make mash out of it. I'm making a mash today. One little weird thing is that when you cut into these purple sweet potatoes, you know, like when you have a poinsettia and you break the leaf and it has that like white milky liquid, these do that sometimes. You cut into it and it's almost like a poinsettia. I'm going to show you here. Hold on, I'm cutting it to show you. You see those little spots of like white? So it does that. That's normal. Don't be worried about it. And that's it. So yeah, I'm just going to peel it. Look, see how my hands have a little bit of a pink hue to them? That's from peeling these, but once you rinse it off, it doesn't stain like a beet, so you don't need to worry about that. See right there, all those little white dots? That's just like what I was saying before, as if it was like a poinsettia. And if you have, see when I squeeze the peels, there's like purple liquid coming out a little bit. You don't have to worry about these staining your sink, especially if you have an old porcelain sink like I do and it stains easily. That'll wash right away. You don't have to worry about that staining. You just wash it away with water just like that and your sink will be perfectly white again. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn the stove on to start heating the water. I always put my potatoes in when the water's cold. Some people put the water to boil and then they put the potatoes in, but I feel like the outside of the potato cooks really fast. It gets mushy and the inside is still pretty firm. And then when you start to take them out, they start to fall apart. If you put the water cold and you put the potatoes in when it's cold and start to heat it up together, they both come to temperature together and you don't end up with a mushy exterior potato. They're perfect. Okay, that's a little bit too much water, so I'm just going to get a mug and take a couple mugfuls out. I don't want this overflowing all over the stove. So, something super fun about purple sweet potatoes is, if you notice, you can't even see the potatoes anymore. Why? Because the water's purple. Ready? Here's a clear mug. Watch. Clear mug. Look at that. The water is purple. So if you're making soup and you put purple sweet potato in your soup will be purple. It might be something fun to do for the kids if you make them purple chicken noodle soup. But yeah, so it'll be purple. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that in case you've never made purple sweet potatoes before. I'm going to make a mashed sweet potato with these, but you could also just serve them, you know, boiled plain on the plate. You can roast them in the oven like a baked potato or a baked sweet potato, or you can cube it up and put it in soup. But just letting you know that if you put it in the soup, your soup will have a funny color. And depending on what other ingredients you have, it can also turn green. Okay, so I'll show you when these are done boiling. I'm going to mash them up and make a sweet potato out of them. Today's meal prep day. It's Sunday, so I'm just meal prepping a bunch of food. It's Thanksgiving week. We're going to be super busy later in the week, so I'm just doing a bunch of stuff. I roasted some almonds. I have some broccoli roasting in the oven. I'm boiling the sweet potatoes. I'm going to get some chicken cutlets ready. I'm just getting a bunch of stuff prepped so that we can have easy, fast, home-cooked meals later in the week. But yeah, so I'll see you in a bit when these are done boiling. Ooh, steamy. But look at that gorgeous color. Every time I drain these, I'm like, could I be using that water for something? Are there a ton of nutrients in that purple water that I could be, I don't know, can you drink it? Can you do something with that? I don't know. But anyway, pretty cool when you drain these. And I'm just going to mash these. I'm putting a little bit of fat-free skim milk and a little bit of salt, and that's it. But look what a deep burgundy wine color these turned. They went from a bright pinkish purple to this gorgeous, deep burgundy, gorgeous purple. These are so pretty. And when you mash them, they're almost going to look black on the plate. Like, my kids were like, ew, what is that? They didn't want to eat it. But my daughter eventually ate it because I was like, close your eyes, just taste it without even looking at it. And she's like, oh, it tastes like a sweet potato. Yeah, it tastes just like a sweet potato. You see those fibers in there, those little strings? There's a lot of them in there, but you don't taste it. You don't notice it. They're not tough or anything. They just blend in with the sweet potato. They're just really good. Look at that gorgeous color. How beautiful are those? Anyway, so that's the purple sweet potato. In case you didn't hear about it, you didn't know about it, you've never tried it, you've never seen it, tastes just like a regular one. I hope you learned something new, discovered something new. Give it a try. You're probably going to love it. And thanks for watching. Bye.